Luke Michael Howard, clinical hypnotist and owner of LUKEnosisHypnosis here today. And today I'm going to explain why the methods you've perhaps been using to try and overcome your negative emotion or bad behaviour, whether that be anxiety, whether that be depression, whether that be some kind of addiction, why it hasn't been working so far. I've got my handy dandy whiteboard right here, explainer board, to draw some stuff in real time. So that's a P. That's your problem right there, whatever it is, whether it's some kind of addiction, whether that's some kind of negative emotion like anxiety, depression, some kind of bad behaviour. So we're told in modern society, if we just talk over and over again with a professional like a counsellor, a psychotherapist, a cognitive behavioural therapist, if we talk over and over about it, we might get some kind of insight, some kind of understanding that will allow that problem to disappear, right? So it's gone. Now, most of the people I've met who have some kind of issue have talked about their issue to a friend, to a family member, to a loved one, counselling, to a counsellor, psychotherapist, cognitive behavioural therapist, whatever. But they still have this. They still have it. Most people that I meet that come and see me, that seek my help, they're not stupid. They know why this exists. Some kind of trauma happened in their life that caused them to have this problem in their life, whatever that may be. And they've talked about it. Most people, about 90% of the people that I meet, that work with me, they know why they've got it, but they've still got it. So if by talking about it worked, they wouldn't have it. If talking about it worked to release it, they could have a conversation with themselves in front of the mirror, in front of a camera like I'm doing right now, and it'd be released. Or they could do it with a loved one that would give them unconditional love and acceptance. Or, hell, they could go to a professional like a counsellor, a psychotherapist, a CBT professional, and it would be gone, right? Then why would they need me? Because that shit doesn't work. Talking about it doesn't work. Because if it worked, you wouldn't have the problem anymore. Because talking about it doesn't release it. It just re-traumatises it. It's like a memory. If you think of your memory like this, your memory is like a Word document. Every time you have the memory, you access that Word document and you change it slightly and you save it in a slightly different way. So every time you've had that memory of that negative emotion, that trauma, it's like having that Word document and updating it regularly. Let's say you've had that memory 100 times, 1,000 times, 10,000 times, 100,000 times, hell, 1,000,000 times. That means you've changed it 10, 20, 100, 1,000, 100,000, 1,000,000 times. So it's not exactly the same as what it was. Yes, principal elements of that memory, that trauma may be the same, but it isn't the same because you've changed it. It's called memory reconsideration. It's not the same thing anymore. Why hypnosis and the kind of change work that I do works is we don't care why it was necessarily created. Also, sometimes insight can be helpful. Certainly one part of it, but most people, as I said, know why they're fucked up in their own words, because I would never use language like that. In the kind of work that I do, we dissolve that problem in and of itself. So that boundary that's holding that problem in, by re-traumatizing and talking about it over and over again and bringing something that may have happened a week ago, a month ago, a year ago, 10 years ago, 20 years ago, 30 years ago, and bringing it into the present, saving that document into the present rather than deleting it. And the kind of change work I do and the kind of hypnosis I do, we take away that boundary that's been keeping that problem there, i.e. rethinking about it, re-triggering the event inside the head, talking about it over and over again. And once we do that, that problem can start to disappear. Because you're no longer talking about it, thinking about it, living by it anymore. You're simply deleting it from the board, releasing it from your mind. No longer having to talk about it for another 10 weeks, another 10 sessions. It just disappears. It's gone. I'm in the business of helping people dissolve that issue, making it disappear. Taking away the positive learning from it. Because when you take away the positive learning from the negative emotion or negative event, the learning of which will allow you to let go of it once and for all, there's no problem, there's no need to have the emotion anymore because you've got learning from it. Now that learning may be conscious, it may be unconscious. Doesn't really matter. As long as there's a learning that's got from it. consciously or unconsciously, then it can go. Because it's the learning that keeps you safe. It's the learning that prevents you from making the issue again, not the negative emotion. So you can get rid of negative emotion. You don't need to keep re-traumatizing yourself. Counseling, psychotherapy, telling the story over and over again, resaving that document over and over and over and over again. No. We just rub it off the board. It's gone once and for all. That's why this stuff is so powerful, so quick, so easy, so simple. If you wish that you learnt it a long time ago, it saved you a lot of money. I've been Luke Michael Howard, clinical hypnotist, showing you how easy it is to dissolve your issue once you allow yourself to delete it and stop saving it over and over again. If you want to find out more, go over to LUKEnosisHypnosis.com and shoot me an email. Always believe.